Turvy opening weekend. It's on to week 2, and we've got a good one here, as it'll be the Dallas Cowboys taking on the New Orleans Saints. The first game's out of the way. Time to buckle down for the long season ahead, and we're off in week 2. Oh, a good-looking return set up here. He's past the 30. And out of bounds finally, but not before getting it running across the 50 inside the 25.
As the offensive guys trot on the field, you know they're congratulating the special teams guys to get them in great position. And while they're going out there, I'm guessing the quarterback's thinking about taking some good shots at the end zone right now.
Now the first carry here for the running back. And this will be a gain of 6 when it's all said and done. Down to the 15 from the 21.
A quick burst there, and he nicely bit off a pretty decent gain.
Second down and 4.
Let's go now. 60 Bison, 60 Bison.
They'll run. Here's the rookie out of Arkansas. And he is into the end zone for a Cowboy touchdown. A great play there with his first career NFL touchdown. And the Cowboys are on the board first here this afternoon. Now the extra point. And this is up and good to make it 7-0 Cowboys. The kick team out there for the Cowboys as they run up to send this one away. Now a crease here as he's past the 30. And able to break this out all the way to the 38-yard line. Great return. Looking to put a drive together.
Let's go. 19.
They'll run. It's Kenneth Walker. And he is going to be stopped cold behind the line of scrimmage. He'll lose a yard there, and it's 2nd and 11. You look at this Cowboy defense. Currently number 1 in the NFL against the run.
And that's a ranking that feels good, right? To be number 1 and be the top of your profession. But here's the problem. It's only week 1.
1 week, yeah.
Can they do it 15 more times? If so, then we really got something to talk about.
That's the challenge.
18 Cardinals. 18 Cardinals.
2nd and 11. Throw out wide to Walker. And he'll take this to the other side of midfield before going out of bounds. He'll get 15 and a Saints first down.
And they'll use him out in the backfield, and sometimes quite a bit. They're just trying to get him touches any way they can. 4 catches a week ago. There's another one right there.
Here we go.
Now a play fake here on first down. On the throw, led him too much that time. It's incomplete. The Saints at 1-0 on the year following the win in week 1. And they were able to get that road victory in the opener. And now they look to get to 2-0 in front of the home crowd.
And look, any road win in the NFL, that's huge. But when you do it week 1, that gets you pointed in the right direction and sends notice to the rest of the league that you mean business.
60 Bison. Go.
He'll try again with the arm here on 2nd down. He completes this to Walker. They do get a yard there, but only a yard. Leaves him with 3rd and 9 looming.
That might feel like a little bit of a lost opportunity there for the offense because the defense brought pressure that time. And sometimes against that, you can get out to your running back, and it could turn into a big game downfield. What a nice job they did getting to him quickly and holding him to a short game. From a defensive perspective, they had exactly what you want anytime they want to throw the football. There was pressure on the quarterback. They were getting after him, and they tightened down on the receivers and forced the incompletion.
Now whistles come in. We're going to get a timeout here by the offense. They'll have 2 remaining as we step aside here in this first quarter. And a tough ask here. They're going to go for it on 4th down and 9.
Hiking, 18. Trap 60. Trap 60. Ready.
They'll stick with the passing game as he looks to throw. And it's incomplete. They cannot convert, and they turn it over. The Saints' decision to go for it backfires. And the Cowboys' defense is going to get them the football back. About set for this next drive by the Cowboys offense. They'll be looking to duplicate that first drive, the one that got them that 7-0 lead.
Of course they would. And look, they're on the road. So getting the 7-0 lead was huge for them, right? Imagine getting up 2 touchdowns on the road, taking the crowd out of the game. It'd be ideal.
First play of the drive going for 14 and also going for a first down.
So many times in my career, I've heard coaches talk about completions are one thing. But as long as we're there at the catch and we get guys on the ground, we can live with that. But if you're going to give up 10, 12, 15 yards after the catch, then your defense is going to be in a lot of trouble.
And incomplete on the deep ball. When you look at the Saints' defense, they were excellent a week ago in the win over Pittsburgh.
And the big difference in the game, their ability to force turnovers. Multiple, in fact. Being able to take the ball away, give it back to their offense, the big difference in the game.
It was impressive. Now the question, can they duplicate it? 13 yards and a first down, Cowboys. I don't know what this says about me, but I love successful runs up the middle when the blocking is so well executed like that.
And it doesn't matter whether it's zone blocking, whether it's a power scheme. When you have a blocker on a defender, and then the running back can read it, find the proper hole, and just go, it's sometimes a thing of beauty.
Now a first carry here for the running back. And able to work his way down to the 16. Give him 10 yards on the pickup, and that'll bring up a second in just about a few inches here.
On any explosive run, you can almost feel the ground shaking, and that's from the offensive linemen creating space for their runners. I had an old coach tell me before, they always told his runners, run around the offensive line in pregame. Get used to the ground shaking so you don't trip and fall when it happens in a game.
They still need about the length of the football here, maybe a little less as they come up on 2nd and inches. They'll try and run this one right up the gut. And he'll get him inside the 15 down to the 14-yard line. 2 yards, good enough for a first.
It's nice every now and then in this game not to see people overthink it. Just hand it to the old reliable guy. Let him pick up the first down.
Running game working. They'll stick with it on first down. And he's going to work this one down to about the 5. That one good for 10 yards. And it'll be second and very short.
Now that was an excellent run. And when you see that happen, that's when you're seeing guys doing their job and then some people doing a little bit more. Offensive linemen and tight ends, they're expected to block. But the wide receivers, all they want to do is catch passes. So when they block on a big-time running play and create extra space, you've kind of hit the jackpot there.
And he will take it in for a Cowboy score. A great effort there. His first touchdown here of the new campaign. And the Cowboys are off to a 13-0 first quarter lead. Extra point right down the middle. And that'll make the score 14-0. Set now to kick this one away, and off it goes. Oh, a good return up past the 30. And all in all, a pretty solid return. Nearly got it to the 35. They'll mark him down officially at the 34. Getting set for their next drive, the New Orleans offense. They've been outplayed early, no question. Down 14-0 already as they come up 1st and 10. He's able to push his way forward somehow for a gain of about 2 yards. 2nd down now.
Well, it's time for them to be good teammates right here. What I mean by that is possess the ball for a little while. Get at least 2 first downs. Give their defense a chance to settle down a little bit after they give up a touchdown.
Sticking with Walker on 2nd down. Walker showing the power. They find some open field here. And he's going to get this all the way down to the Cowboys' 32-yard line. 31 yards there and a 1st down.
1st and 10 at the 32-yard line.
They'll set up a throw. And this one's incomplete.
Even the greats in this game, and he certainly qualifies as one of them, they're going to have trouble if they continue to throw into double coverage.
He better be careful. Throwing into too much double coverage might have a couple of them picked off. Now is 2nd and 10.
Ready.
Now they'll throw here out of the gun. And his throw here is incomplete.
Well, they've got man coverage on the outside, and my scouting report on these DBs tells me that they love to take matters in their own hands. They want man coverage, not zone. And there was good coverage there that forced the incompletion.
Now they face a 3rd and 10 after back-to-back incompletions. He'll drop to throw. And that nearly intercepted. Well, for a guy known for his hands defensively, that's a ball he probably thinks he should have come up with. But instead, it's 4th down. And that is going to sail wide right. It's no good. And this will remain a 2-touchdown game. So it's an empty trip downfield there as they get a missed field goal on 4th down.
And I didn't see anything in the setup. It's a good snap, good hold.
Yep.
He just pushed it, and that one never wanted to come back.
The Dallas offense here set to begin the drive. So for this offense, Charles, remember, drive 1 made it to the end zone. Drive 2 resulted in the touchdown as well. Now they'll try to make it 3 for 3.
Yeah, and you know, they told us all week that this was the plan and this is what they wanted to execute, but did they really believe it would happen this well, this efficiently? I know they'll take it, and afterwards they'll say, there was never a doubt in our minds we were going to be successful in this one.
From the 46, here's 2nd and 3. Hands it off out of the gun. They'll be taken down at the 48 for a pickup of 2 yards. So they just need 1 yard here to pick up the 1st down. Here's Dart. He's going to flip that out to the flat. It's complete. So that'll be no better than an incompletion. And that'll bring up 4th down.
It's 4th down.
They'll try and run for it. And he's got the 1st down yardage before being taken down at midfield. They only needed a few inches, but still some anxious moments there, but they do convert on 4th.
50-yard line.
The 4th down run successful. Now they look to pay it off on 1st down. And they'll run on the inside handoff. Breaks the tackle. He's got room to run. Touchdown, Cowboys. A big play there. His 2nd rushing touchdown on the year. And the Cowboys have moved out in front by 3 touchdowns. Out comes the kicking team here for the extra point. It's good, and before you know it, it's 21-0.
It's the score. Cowboys 21. Saints nothing. Harrison Beavis 2.
So how about this for a start? 21-0 here in the 1st as they kick this one away. Oh, a dangerous return man showing it here. Still going past the 30. And he'll bring it back all the way. Touchdown, Saints. I know a lot of special teams coaches, they just want to keep it away from him because that's what he can do.
And others have egos that their players can't keep up with. And they say, challenge him, kick it to him. The way he runs, as fast as he is, I wouldn't challenge him at all. I'd do everything possible to keep it away.
He is just a blur when he gets a full head of steam, and he got a full head of steam there. The extra point up and good. And they'll cut the lead to 21-7. So let's try this again. After the kick return TD, here's yet another kickoff. Shifts by him. And he brings us out past the 20 to the 24.
At their own 24-yard line.
About set for this next drive by the Cowboys offense. Right now, everything they touch turns to gold. This is their fourth possession. Touchdowns on their first three possessions. I mean, this defense, they can't seem to stop them. It's like they're on skates.
Great analogy, Brandon, because they are pushing them back and winning everything at the line of scrimmage. They've just been laying down tracks towards the opposite end zone. So, to themselves, all they're saying is, if we don't make a mistake, there's no way they can stop us.
Second down and 6 now. From the gun, he'll hand this off. Down the numbers. There he goes. Touchdown, Cowboys. A great play there. 72 yards. And the Cowboys are able to strike quickly to add on to their lead. Boy, CD, what a start for them. Still in the first quarter. They're absolutely blitzing them. All the points that they've put up, I'm not sure what you say on the other sideline right now.
I think it's as simple as this, partner. The way that they're playing, there's no limits on what this lead could become.
The extra point splits the uprights. And the lead now to 3 touchdowns at 21. The kickoff team on the field now as they will send this one away. And they'll start this drive just across the 30. Pretty nice work on the return.
31-yard line.
The Saints offense on the field ready to get their drive started. And they were in field goal range last time out but couldn't connect.
And it's early in the game, so I don't think that the confidence just goes entirely out of, running your kicker back out there. But
he tries to force it in, and it's intercepted. Picked off by Jair Alexander. And the Cowboys are going to take over once again at their own 25-yard line. So a first interception thrown for him there, and that really not the best decision either.
Not at all, and that's something he did not do in their victory last week. No interceptions in that game, but this defense, they're able to take advantage of an early mistake. Now let's see if they're going to turn it into points.
Looking to put a drive together.
Hey, smash Bronco! Let's go now.
They'll start this drive out on the ground. And not a whole lot there, maybe a yard to the 27. An entertaining start to this one. More to come on EA Sports. Start of the second quarter, and it's the Cowboys in possession as they've got a 2nd and 8 forthcoming. Here's a give up the middle. And that'll hurt the average a bit as this time they're able to get him behind the line. It's a loss of a yard, so it's back to 3rd and 10.
Yard loss on the play. It's now 3rd and 10.
To throw his dart. He's got his target. That's complete. Still going. Touchdown, Cowboys. A great effort there. 74 yards. And the Cowboys are able to widen their lead here in this first half.
Okay, we need to double check here with Marvin because he keeps all of our good stats. But what I've got is 5 drives, 5 touchdowns, and they've got a nice, healthy lead.
Well, after the first drive, we thought things might be clicking. They're really clicking at this point. They're clicking about as much as they can click.
And right
I just said click a lot.
Yes, you did, but that's okay because the guy who's coordinating the defense, trying to slow them down,
Good luck.
He's going to have hair that looks like mine very soon. Not much of it.
And he's going to be stopped cold. Good coverage there by the kick team to bring that return to an abrupt halt.
26-yard line.
Ready, set.
Getting set for their next drive, the New Orleans offense.
Here we go, set.
And for this offense, Charles, you got to think kind of crucial here to put something together on this drive because remember last time out they threw the interception on the very first play.
And you can't afford to let this defense keep building any more momentum. They're playing awfully well, and they're awfully confident right now. To me, it's time to attack and take some of that momentum back. But make sure you're selective in doing so. Understand where you want to throw the football and make sure it's open before the ball leaves your hands.
They'll look to throw here on first down. And they get to him after a gain of 6 to the 46.
Brandon, perfect defense in this situation would have meant that there was an incompletion that would have picked it off. Okay, so they gave up the completion. But I really enjoyed watching how the defense stayed in sync, stayed in great communication. And as he dragged across each zone, you see him pointing, communicating. There he is, and they passed him off to each defender. Ended up making a nice play, even though it was complete.
Back-to-back receptions for him, and it's another first down.
79 Broncos. 2. Cougar 19. Ready.
They'll look to throw again. Oh, the ball comes out on the hit, but they'll say it's incomplete.
And not a common sight, at least on this drive. A momentary setback, though, for this passing game that has been moving well this series. Good thing for them, though. Still 2 more downs to connect and try and pick up another first down.
Oh, everything falling apart now. Another one intercepted. And the Cowboys are going to get the football here at their own 23.
It certainly feels like this defensive group has figured this guy out to the tune of a big lead in this one. And you know that he's frustrated with how this game has gone. And now with back-to-back interceptions, he's got to find a way to get out of his own head and start making better plays.
The Dallas offense here set to begin the drive. Well, everything right now that they touch on this side of the football, it seems to turn to gold. They've scored on 3 straight possessions. That lead continues to grow. And, I mean, if they can get points here, Charles, might almost be an insurmountable comeback for the other side.
I think you make a great case for that. So I'm going to flip it over to the other side. Could they make the big comeback? Certainly. Am I expecting it? Not at all. I think if we don't see a drastic change in how they're playing, this blowout's going to get bigger and bigger before the final gun.
And he goes out of bounds just shy of the 45. First time these two have hooked up this afternoon, and it's a first down. Just a simple tap pass, but it pays off in a big way.
And sometimes the simple stuff causes the most problems for a defense because there's a breakdown in communication there. When that receiver goes behind the line of scrimmage and it looks like he's going in motion, someone either has to go with him or he has to be passed on to another defender. Somehow they didn't get that communicated well, and it turned into a nice play.
Good yardage there on first down. Exactly what you want. Get yourself set up to keep making first downs, keep the clock running. And if they're smart, you're starting to milk the clock. No hurry before you run your second down play.
And he'll be brought down, it looks like right at the 40. 117 yards rushing for him as he has been tough to stop here this first half.
Yeah, once more, strong running, excellent blocking at the point of attack. They've got a nice little drive brewing right here.
Throwing his dart. Now he's going to step up and run. Now he's going to throw deep right side. And that's going to be incomplete.
Early on, the running game's been working well, and the offensive line has been pleased by that. The thought process there, catch those safeties creeping up, trying to help against the running game. They tried to hit them over the top, unsuccessfully.
And good running, going to get this down close to a first at the Saints 31. 9 yards, not quite enough, and they'll be left now with 3rd and 1.
What a luxury to have a guy like this who can not only spell your starter, but can come in and keep drives going.
To throw now, Dart. Work in the middle of the field, and he's got a man complete. And he'll take it into the end zone for a Cowboy touchdown. A great play there. 31 yards. And the Cowboys have taken a 5-touchdown lead. Point after, right down the middle. And a rout is on here in this first half. Out is the kickoff unit as they run up and send this one away. And he'll be tackled just shy of the 25. Now a timeout here, at least for the moment. Looks like one of the Saints is injured, shaken up on that last play. Hopefully, obviously nothing serious here. Medical staff, though, going to take a peek, and we'll take a break. The Saints offense on the field, ready to get their drive started. Here's Walker to start the drive. And they work this well upfield across the 45. 23 yards of the pickup there and a first.
Exactly what they needed right there, because they needed to use the ground game to take some pressure off, because the quarterback's been struggling a little bit.
So one play, and they're already just shy of midfield.
Ready.
And going right back to Walker. Still going inside the 20. And he'll take it into the end zone for the Saints touchdown. Kenneth Walker, 52 yards. And the Saints are able to eat in just a bit to this sizable deficit. Extra point right down the middle. And that'll cut the lead down a bit to 28.
Saints 14. Tyler Luke set to kick off.
Now after the touchdown, Luke back out to kick this one away. And he'll go down as this drive will start at the 25-yard line.
Their own 25-yard line.
About set for this next drive by the Cowboys offense. This drive here beginning probably with a pair of motivated groups. Remember, the offense scored a touchdown on their last time out. Looking to repeat that in Charles's defense. They were very frustrated after giving up 6 the last time on the field.
And frankly, it's just a battle of wills in a lot of ways, because you know they're both motivated. They both.
And he is into the end zone for a Cowboy touchdown. A big play there. His second touchdown on the season. And the Cowboys just continue to roll. Good start to the season for him. He had the touchdown last week in the opener and a second one in week 2 now.
How about the pace he's already established, right? Not sure he can keep it up for an entire season, but don't burst the bubble because he thinks that he can.
Do guys go into a season with a goal for touchdown scored or yardage? What do you think?
I think every single one of the guys who's going to touch the football, they all have those types of goals. They all have those types of thoughts. Then they just have to see how the season unfolds if they can stay with it.
Unfolding so far so good for him. A solid return, pretty good field position. They'll start at the 32.
At their own 32-yard line.
Getting set for their next drive, the New Orleans offense. Right now, Charles, it just feels like they're trying to keep pace. They did score the touchdown last time out, but they still trail by double digits here. We'll see if this offense is once again up to the task.
Yeah, and I think that after the last drive, they've got to be pretty revved up, don't you think? Everything they were doing was working pretty well. They go back out there with the same mindset, play at the same tempo and the same pace. Still a lot of time left to make something happen in this one.
On the RPO, he'll keep it himself. And that nearly intercepted. It's incomplete. Now, remember, he had a pick earlier, but couldn't reel that one in.
Well, they approached this drive with a lot of confidence after their last one ended up as a touchdown. But incompletions on their first 2 throws has them huddling up and trying to figure out a big play here on 3rd down to get their momentum going again.
So back-to-back incompletions, and that has them staring at a 3rd and 10. Back to throw here. And a throw there going to be incomplete.
That could be the stop this defense needed to get them back on track. They've been pretty well dissected by the offense here in the first half. After that possession, now they know that they can compete with this offense.
So that'll be marked down as a 19-yard punt. And the Cowboys will take over the football with a 1st and 10. The Dallas offense here set to begin the drive.
Well, partner, coaches always say that every play is designed to score a touchdown. Sometimes that's not really true, but last drive, that was the case. One play to get into the end zone, and now they'll try to duplicate that success here.
And it's rare for those moments to happen. Incredible when they do. And you saw the celebration. Pure, unbridled joy after that one.
19 Tiger, 19 Tiger.
From the gun, they'll try to run it. And down he goes at the 49, a 3-yard pickup.
I don't care what the emphasis is in the NFL at any given time. Every defense is still going to say their #1 goal every game is stop the run. And right now, they're not doing that. And that really chips away at your confidence.
The Cowboys on 3rd down. They've been okay, 2 for 3 thus far. This is 3rd and 4. And here's a handoff out of the gun. And he'll be tackled about 2 yards shy of the line to gain. A 1-yard pickup leads to 4th down. Second quarter action with 1:59 remaining. This offense converted once on 4th down earlier. Now they're out there again to try once more. They'll go. Here's Dart. Able to find the open man. That's complete. Well, they deemed it 4-down territory, and they got 4 yards to pick up the first. Both sides were holding their breath there on that 4th down play, and the offense can breathe a sigh of relief.
And both knew exactly where the 1st down markers were. You know the defense is trying to guard those sticks and try and keep people in front, but somehow, some way, those guys found a way to pick it up.
And he is out of bounds, but not before he's inside the 30. 103 yards rushing for him now with a couple of touchdown runs to boot.
Yeah, another good run there. He's been such a big part of their success here this afternoon. And that last carry, it puts him over 100 yards now for the day.
Things looking much rosier for them here in week 2. They work with the lead as they've got it 1st and 10.
Hawk 70.
Hands it off out of the gun.
And he'll take it into the end zone for a Cowboy touchdown. A great effort there. With 2 touchdowns on the season, both in this game.
And the Cowboys have taken a 6-touchdown lead.
For the extra point.
The extra point splits the uprights. And the rout is on here in this first half. The kick team out there for the Cowboys as they run up to send this one away. The lane opens here. He's past the 30.
And they'll have very good starting field position as he's up just shy of the 40.
The Saints offense on the field, ready to get their drive started.
And Charles, a very uninspired effort the last time we saw them out there. It was a quick 3-and-out, then they punted the football.
Yeah, and you never want to get stopped so soundly during a series, but what would be even worse now is letting it happen again right here. They've got to get going.
Here's 2nd and 10.
Let's go. Cowboy 80. Go.
This is Walker.
And not much room to operate as they'll get this up only to about the 41. They do get a couple, but they'll be left staring at a 3rd and 8 coming up.
Sometimes your philosophies get challenged at times you don't want them to. They did try to stick to the running game on the first 2 plays. Didn't amount to much.
And now facing a 3rd and long at the outset of this drive. Looking left side, and he's got him in. That's Howard.
And he is going to have a Saints first down as they're able to get the 3rd down conversion.
And I don't think there's any question that this offense is going to need to hit on a few more plays like this. It's been a difficult first half for them, to say the least. And I do believe if they want to get back in this game, they need to start right now. It's kind of like making adjustments. If you try and wait until the half, it's probably too late. They need to get going right here.
This will be incomplete. Oh, a dream chance for a D lineman, but he couldn't pull that one in. 2nd and 10.
Here we go. Here we go. Viking 18.
Out of the gun, they'll look to throw. And he drops it incomplete. And their struggles continue here.
As expected, he's gone to him several times in this game, but that's the first time one has slipped from his grasp. I'll bet he goes back to him, though. He's an excellent player.
Pass taken in by his big tight end.
Now a timeout called with 3 seconds to go. And, of course, they're in field goal range in the final seconds of this first half.
Come on. Come on. Ready.
They'll throw now on the final play. To the end zone, but it's incomplete. So we've hit intermission. It's halftime. This is the NFL, and it's a presentation of EA Sports. The Saints going to go on offense first, and they trail here as we begin quarter number 3.
And all in all, a pretty solid return. Nearly got it to the 35. They'll mark him down officially at the 34. Getting set for their next drive, the New Orleans offense. And they have a mountainous deficit looming in front of them. It was really, Charles, a disaster in the first half, so where do they go from here?
The first thing they have to remember is that what's done is done, and there's no going back. And now you have to play this drive by drive. Obviously, come back in this spot, pretty unlikely, but you still have to go out, take pride in your work, and try and put something together here in the second half.
Wide open receiver complete. Look at the big man rumble. And he is into the end zone. Touchdown, New Orleans. A great play there. 67 yards. And the Saints are able to at least get one score back. Point after, right down the middle. So they do get one score back, but still a long way to go here in the third quarter.
Tyler Luke set to kick off.
Now after the touchdown, Luke back out to kick this one away. And a good return, able to get out across the 35 to the 36.
At their own 36-yard line.
About set for this next drive by the Cowboys offense.
Well, this offense, this team, they are rolling right now, Charles. They've scored on 3 straight possessions. You look at the scoreboard, and they pretty much right now got this thing on cruise control.
Yeah, and this is that time of game where you and I have to be prepared, right? Isn't this kind of like that empty the bucket time where you have to go into your blowout material and make sure we have some different things? That's what we're staring at right now, the way this one is going.
Now a 2nd and 2.
And they'll run on the inside handoff. And he'll go down right around the 47 this time.
And Brandon, you know that expression? He just does what he does? It sounds trite, doesn't it? But in this case, it's perfectly apt. This is one of the better runners in the NFL. And all he does is just find avenues, find ways to pick up key first downs and big runs.
114 yards for him on the ground now as he has been terrific here this afternoon.
Well, you certainly have to give a little credit here because they're playing this game now at their pace. This is ball control football, sustained runs, taking their time, and making it work.
From the gun, he'll hand this off. And he'll get it inside the 40 to the 39. 7 yards there and a first down.
And that's a nice pickup of a first down on that second down run. And at that yardage gained, they can run that plan any down.
So from the 39 now, they'll come up on a 1st and 10. From the gun, they'll try to run it. Down at the 35, it'll be 2nd down.
This drive is pretty clear. Almost feels like old school fundamentals, doesn't it? Want to impose their will on the defense. Was that 5 straight runs?
Yeah, 5 straight carries to start this drive. And like you said, the way it's working, they may just stick with it.
And here's a handoff out of the gun.
And he'll be a little shy of the 25 here at the 26-yard line. 9 yards to pick up there, and it's a first down.
That's a good, nice, crisp run for a first down. I wonder if the defense might have been loosened up a little bit, maybe anticipating a pass instead of the run that they got.
All runs on this drive so far. It's 1st and 10.
Hands it off out of the gun.
And maybe a measure of revenge there. He's had his way in this one, but this time they get him behind the line. Officially, it's a 1-yard loss. That's going to bring up 2nd and 11.
At the Saints' 28-yard line.
18 Cardinal, 18 Cardinal. Here we go, set. 72, check smash, check smash. Ready, ready.
And they'll give him another shot here on the ground. Solid. And he is into the end zone for a Cowboy touchdown. A great effort there. 27 yards.
And the Cowboys extend their lead yet again.
Extra point right down the middle. And the lead grows even larger here in the third quarter.
Saints 21.
The kick team out there for the Cowboys as they run up to send this one away.
And this return going to come to a quick end as he is belted at the end of that one.
25-yard line.
The Saints offense on the field, ready to get their drive started.
A strong showing their last time out. They scored the touchdown, but, Charles, they look up, and they're still down double digits, so you feel like just to keep pace, this drive probably needs to end in the end zone as well.
And I think the best move for them is to not worry about how far they are down on the scoreboard, but to just remember the last drive and how it ended. Go ahead and try and repeat that. Then you can look at the scoreboard and see where this game is.
It's a short one here, complete to the tight end. And he's going to be out of bounds right at midfield. 22 yards on the catch and run, a first down.
Well, the margin on that scoreboard, obviously, for them, it looks daunting. But I don't know, Charles. They're probably not focused on that right now. Maybe just chaining together a positive drive with plays like we just saw, giving themselves something to build on.
Yeah, I think you're right about that. And what they have to be careful of is getting glued to that scoreboard, trying to do too much. Because if you do that, you're probably guaranteed to start making mistakes. Just focus on one play at a time and make each one successful.
2 yards on the pickup there. It'll be 2nd and 8.
Not much on that run, Charles.
No, that's exactly the way to execute a run blitz there. They guessed correctly that they would move the ball on the ground, honed in on it, and stopped them. Mark that down for a win in the defense's column.
From a couple of yards beyond midfield, here's 2nd and 8.
Come on, go!
They go with Howard again. And he'll get it down here to the 43.
Well, partner, they've been running it well the entire game, and the big guys up front, they're a huge reason why. And now they're reaping the benefits as they continue to open up big holes and gain nice yardage.
60 Eagles, 60 Eagles! Ready?
They'll go to the air here on 3rd and 2. That is caught down inside the 10. And he'll take it into the end zone for the Saints touchdown. A big play there with now his 2nd touchdown of this 3rd quarter. And the Saints are able to claw one back.
For a big tight end, he can sure move like a slot receiver when he gets a head of steam going. And as a defensive back, you've got a big decision to make when he's moving like that.
Now the extra point try forthcoming. So they get one score back, but still a long ways to go here in this 3rd quarter.
63, Saints 28. Tyler Loop set to kick off.
Now after the touchdown, Loop back out to kick this one away. And he won't quite make it to the 25.
1st and 10 at their own 24-yard line.
The Dallas offense here set to begin the drive.
Still comfortably on top, 3rd quarter as they start things here with a 1st and 10.
They'll start this drive out on the ground. Fighting through.
There he goes again. He's on his way.
And he'll take it into the end zone for a Cowboy touchdown. A great play there. 76 yards.
And the Cowboys have got it on cruise control.
Now the try here for the point after. And the lead grows even larger here in the 3rd quarter.
Cowboys 70, Saints 28. Harrison Beavis to kick off.
The kickoff unit is out on the field, and they will send this one away.
And he's up across the 25 and down at the 28.
1st and 10 at their own 28-yard line.
Getting set for their next drive, the New Orleans offense.
Here we go.
And they'll just simply be looking to build off the confidence of the last time out where they scored a touchdown.
Man, confidence is powerful, isn't it? When you've scored once, you feel like you can go back out there and get it done again. Doesn't matter what the defense throws at them. They feel like they're in a groove right now, and they want to get out there and show it.
Yeah, hoping to stay in that groove here this go-around. And he'll be hit as he releases it, and that'll fall incomplete. So another incompletion there. He's hitting on fewer than half his pass attempts in this one, and that is not a winning formula.
Yes, let's make sure we give a little bit of credit to the defense here. They've given him a lot to think about, a lot of different looks, and he seems a little bit confused trying to complete passes.
And that is incomplete.
Nice back-to-back plays defensively. They're stacking momentum now. One incompletion, two incompletion. They're going for more.
Now, the offense failed earlier on the previous crack at this, but they're going again on fourth down. And it's a short one here, complete to his tight end. And he'll take this to the other side of midfield before going out of bounds. A curious decision to go for it, but it pays off with a first down.
Here we go, here we go. 70 Timberwolves.
Out of the gun, this is Howard. And boy, this defense again really making things tough on him as they stop him for no gain.
When trying to create space for your running back, the first thought is how physical is the offensive line. Sometimes it's just positioning. On that play, it didn't matter about positioning or being physical. The defensive front, they out-leveraged them and won the battle.
And now a first chance for the backup here to throw.
Now a run here off the RPO. He'll keep it. And this one is going to be off the mark, too far out in front.
He shook his head right when he released that throw. He knew it was going to be a little off target.
Yeah, the excitement got him on that one. Wasn't able to control the fact the receiver was open, and it would have been an easy throw.
He'll try and do this himself.
Oh, there's that man again. It's complete. And he's going to have another first down here as the tackle's made at the Cowboys' 35. They give him 14 yards that time and a fresh set of downs.
Work to do here to avoid falling to 1-1, but this is 1st and 10 right now.
18 Cardinals. Go.
Now a shotgun snap as they'll look to throw. And that'll be off the mark, too far out in front, and it's incomplete.
This could be the start of a nice stand from this defense now after getting walked backwards on this drive. Come through with another one here, and you have them staring at a 3rd and long, and that puts the defense in a position to dictate to the offense.
Set. 60 Eagles, 60 Eagles. Ready.
Back to throw again. And Walker has it. They get 6. That'll leave them with 3rd and 4.
One thing you're hoping for when you run drag routes, you're able to hit a receiver in stride, and you can pick up a lot of yardage after the catch. But in this situation, the defense was effective, able to stop him before he could get a good head of steam going.
Ready, ready.
Again, he'll drop to throw. And that one not to be. It's incomplete. So they couldn't hook up as time is now run out on this 3rd quarter of play. So both offenses come to life here in this 3rd quarter as this is shaping up for a good finish. We'll return with more after this. You're watching the NFL on EA Sports. And they're indeed going to go for it here on 4th down. So trailing here in the last quarter, let's see how this plays out.
He'll try to do it himself.
It's caught, Smith. And inside the 20 before he's brought down. And no reason not to try it there, and they do indeed convert on 4th.
So this drive going to continue following the conversion on 4th. Here's 1st and 10.
60 Bison, 60 Bison.
Boy, and now they can't even get a play off.
So a little tardy getting everyone set, and the clock hits 0 before they could snap it.
Yeah, you can take your time and use the clock and try and get set up, but once it gets near 5 seconds, that's when you often hear a quarterback yelling, hurry, hurry, to make sure everybody's ready to get the snap off.
Bronco 80. Ready,
Running from the gun with and hit behind the line. He lost the football. It's loose.
Oh, one of the linemen on the other side has got it.
And I don't know that that fumble is going to matter a whole lot. You look at
And now before the ball changes hands, they're going to take a look at this just to make sure that they have it right. So that one overturned. They say the knee was down, and that will not be ruled a fumble.
70 Lions.
he finds his man complete. That's Walker. So the completion good for 7 there. And that's going to set up a tough 3rd and 9.
They'll come to the line here needing 9 yards to pick up the first.
Viking 18. Ready.
On 3rd down, he'll drop to throw. And he will slide to a stop. He does have the first down. Give him 11 yards that time and a new set of downs.
At the 4-yard line.
Ready. Cougar 19. Check out.
They run it. It's Matthews. And he'll get it down close to the goal line, but not quite in. That's a gain of 4 as we slip inside of 4 minutes left in regulation.
Not a run that you're going to write home about, but still a good first down run. That's what an offense calls staying on schedule. 3 to 4 yards on first down, you're set up very well for the rest of the drive.
Cowboy 80.
Looking end zone, but it's incomplete.
Brandon, some of those windows that throw the football that exist when you're between the 20s, they don't exist when you're this close to the goal line. But as a former DB, I liked it closer to the goal line. Tighter windows made it easier to cover people, actually.
To the end zone, but it's incomplete. So it's been a long drive. They've held the ball for quite a while. Now what do you do here?
Well, to me, at this stage after this drive, this close to the goal line, 3 points would be a letdown. I'm going for it here.
And he's brought down. Can't do anything with a football. It's a sack and a turnover on downs. He couldn't get the ball away on 4th and goal. And this Cowboy defense comes up with a goal line stand. About set for this next drive by the Cowboys offense. Been a very strong performance for them, really, on both sides of the football. The turnover on downs, the most recent example, and now, obviously, they're in a great spot here.
Yeah, if you're over on the bench right now, you're shaking hands with your teammate, you're hugging him, giving him a little dap. Been a big, big performance for them. Now you just don't get careless. Take care of the ball on the way out.
Now a handoff up the middle. Manning. And he will take this up to about the 8-yard line. He'll get 3 of those penalty yards back here, leaving him with a 2nd and 12.
Vision is so important for the man in the middle because his ability to look through all the clutter that's happening in front of him, diagnose a play, and then go make it and finish it, that's when the great ones know that they have the goods.
They'll try and run some clock here as they keep it on the ground. They're going to snuff this play out behind the line. We have not seen that much today. 3rd and 15 coming up after that loss of 2. On this day, the ground has been his, but at least on that individual play, we just saw the defense finally with a win.
Yeah, they finally got one, and that's a win for them, but all game long, he's seen the holes, and they've been huge for him. Kind of like a baseball hitter in the zone. The ball seems bigger, and he's just whacking it. These guys, they've got it going today.
The Cowboys on third down. They've hit 2 for 4 thus far. This will be 3rd and 15.
Cowboy 80.
Just 2 minutes remaining here in the fourth quarter of what has been a one-sided affair. Facing the prospect of a punt from their own end zone, they need some cushion. Let's see what they can do on third down. Up the middle they go. It's Madden. And he will take this up to about the 8-yard line. 3 yards won't be enough here as that'll bring up fourth down. Out now comes the Cowboys punter, as his first punt will come from inside his own end zone. That's taken it around the 40.
Found good room to run there. Returns it 14 yards.
And the Saints will have a short field in front of them. They take over here, 1st and 10.
Ready? Crackle 80. Ready?
Walker now on 1st and 10.
2 yards on the carry there. It'll be 2nd down.
Well, any lane that might have been open there was closed pretty quickly, and that was because the defensive front, they won that battle at the point of attack at the line of scrimmage. They used great leverage, held their spot, and stacked him up.
And he's going to get this one down to the edge of the red zone.
135 yards rushing now on 8 carries for him so far.
For a Saints.
First down.
1st and 10 at the 20-yard line.
On 1st down, he'll drop to throw. And he's going to go down here and sack. They push him back to the 34. The defense rising to the challenge and setting him back on the sack.
One thing that I liked about this guy during the draft process was his motor. Of course, I loved his skills, but he plays hard on every down.
And that motor on full display there as he gets his first NFL sack.
Well, this was a fun one today if you like points. A lot of them went on the board. Both offenses were clicking. Charles, these defenses, meanwhile, have a little something to clean up before their next contest.
Yeah, neither end zone had a stop sign in it, did they? I mean, for both sides, visit it, and with frequency. Not fun to be a defensive player.